focus, the ban on triple talaq is gaining momentum in India. Over 1 million Muslim women have signed a petition filed by RSS-affiliated Muslim Rashtra Manch to abolish the practice of triple talaq. The positive response to the petition has been linked to the BJP's recent success in the UP elections as well. Remember, Prime Minister Modi has been vocal about abolishing the move, which many believe as a reason for BJP's sweeping victory in UP Assembly elections. Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad even admitted that the Muslim women voted for the BJP because the party raised the issue of triple talaq, and that no other party raised the concern of Muslim women initially. While the BJP says that it will deliver on its promise of abolishing the practice, will divorces over telephone and WhatsApp come to an end finally is the question.
तीन तलाक का विषय कोई धर्म और पूजा पद्धति का नहीं है। तीन तलाक का विषय है नारी न्याय, नारी गरिमा, नारी सम्मान। हम पूजा का सम्मान करते हैं, लेकिन कोई गलत प्रथा पूजा का अंग नहीं बन सकती। क्या कोई हिंदू कहेगा कि मैं छुआछूत करूंगा क्योंकि मेरी पूजा के लिए जरूरी है? क्योंकि छुआछूत करना संविधान के खिलाफ है। उसी प्रकार से नारी को डिस्क्रिमिनेट नहीं करना, विभेद नहीं करना, ये भी संविधान का भाव है।
Right, the BJP getting that moral boost as well after the win that they have got in Uttar Pradesh over the issue of triple talaq, saying that a ban on triple talaq is gaining momentum, especially after the kind of numbers it has been able to get there in the UP elections. Despite the fact not a Muslim candidate was being fielded there by the BJP, we've seen how they have come with over 320, including allies as well, close to 325. It is the triple talaq issue that is going viral, as we understand. 1 million Indian Muslim women have gone ahead and signed on that petition. Ravi Shankar Prasad, the minister there, was speaking out, hitting out at the opposition leaders who continue to maintain their silence over the issue of a triple talaq. Let's go across to my colleague Madhav, joining us once again with further details. Madhav, the entire debate and the issue of triple talaq and bringing about equality for women in Muslim community as well, gaining momentum. We're looking at how even Ravi Shankar Prasad was just speaking out a couple of moments ago on the same issue. I think we have to try and reconnect with Madhav over this issue in a couple of minutes. But the news is that 10 lakh women have gone ahead and signed that petition that is online to ban the issue of triple talaq. The BJP, of course, has been saying there has to be gender equality in the country. And that issue gradually is gaining momentum as 1 million Indian Muslims women have gone ahead and signed the petition against the triple talaq, which discriminates against the rights of women in the community. And now the BJP taking it up even more seriously after their emphatic victory in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Several of the community members have gone ahead and voted for the Bharatiya Janata Party, looking at the thumping majority that they have been able to get in the state of Uttar Pradesh. It is the BJP, after all, that had been raising this issue for a while, and that has now gained further momentum in the country, where 1 million Indian Muslims have gone ahead and signed the petition against the practice of triple talaq. Well, buoyed by the stupendous electoral victory in the recently concluded assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh, the BJP is all set to embark on many reforms. This will be a social reform there that the BJP has been speaking of, being backed by the government. The initiative has kicked off with about 1 million Muslims, majority being women of them, signing this petition against the practice of triple talaq. They want to see the issue of triple talaq being abolished once and for all. Madhav, if you can hear me, we were discussing the issue of triple talaq, and we're seeing how it is gradually now gaining momentum with even UP's victory of the Bharatiya Janata Party. The BJP all set to embark on these social reforms as well. Madhav?
Well, yes, certainly, of course, as far as women's rights is concerned, this is what the BJP has been saying all along, and the government, that cannot be impinged upon, using the garb of religious freedom. That's been the stand of the government. It's been, of course, a stand that has created somewhat of controversy in the past with various religious groups and certain parties commenting that if there is to be reform, then it should come from those within the religion and within its own structures, and that the government certainly should not be intervening when it comes to such matters. But the government, of course, course, has articulated its stand several times in the past, even, of course, as far as referring the entire matter of Uniform Civil Code to the Law Commission, which is in fact seized with asking various governments, etc., the process of consultation and, seeking opinion of various stakeholders is on as far as the Law Commission is concerned. But given all of that, really the big question is now, as you rightly put it, following the verdict in UP and following the fact that the government seems quite empowered to go ahead and take big steps, bold decisions, will the government also intervene in this matter is something that needs to be looked at, particularly in the wake of the huge success that the BJP has had in UP.
Indeed. Request you to stay with us, Madhav. We have Ms. Zakia Suman, women rights activist, also joining us over the telephone line. Zakia Suman, morning, ma'am. We're looking at how the petition online, which is against the practice of triple talaq, is also gaining momentum. Close to 1,010,000 Muslims have signed in on that petition, majority of them actually being Muslim women.
Yeah, this is not at all surprising because the entire Muslim women population wants abolition of triple talaq. And not just that, there are a lot of Muslim men who also are supporting this demand. So I'm not at all surprised that people are signing this petition in large numbers. And it is an unjust practice, it is an unfair practice, it is an un-Quranic practice, and it must be abolished. So it makes sense that a lot of people are signing this petition.
What are your expectations? Because we understand the case is in the court. It is in the month of May when a final verdict is expected to come out. In the next month and a half, as we understand, your expectations from the government, especially the BJP, that has also had this very emphatic victory in Uttar Pradesh, where several people of the community have come out and supported the BJP, who has vociferously been speaking about the issue of triple talaq.
See, I am also a petitioner, and my petition is against the Union of India because it is incumbent upon the government to enable the Muslim women to get justice. And the government of India is a party in this petition. And the affidavit filed by the government of India is a step in the right direction. The points that they have raised in the affidavit are very, very appropriate because the government is bound by the constitutional obligations under Article 13, 14, 15 and also Articles 25 and 26. So gender justice and gender equality is a constitutional imperative and the government has no alternative but to uphold that. So in that sense, the government has a role and we have an expectation and a demand from the government that they will play this role, in the right way. They'll fulfill this obligation, which is a constitutional obligation endowed upon them.
Ms. Zakia Suman, there are several who we also speak to who continue to contest the issue of triple talaq. A lot of people, especially Muslim clerics who we speak to, are quite opposed to the idea of a ban on triple talaq. They say this is an infringement on the rights of practicing religion, and the court cannot step into the matters of religion because the constitution also allows them the freedom of following any religion that they want. What is your argument against those clerics who continue to walk on that path?
See, those clerics are simply some conservative orthodox people. They have a patriarchal worldview and they have a very, very regressive mindset. So those kind of ideas and those kind of propositions are not acceptable. The right to religious freedom is given equally to women citizens also as much as it is given to the men citizens. So I'm asking this question, what about the woman's right to religious freedom? And when there is no triple talaq in the Quran, why does she have to face this triple talaq, this inhuman practice in her life? So the clerics have, those who are opposing the triple talaq, abolition of triple talaq, they have no substantive argument really. And I'm fully confident that the Supreme Court is going to give a ruling which will be upholding gender justice, and all these people, all these patriarchal elements are going to, sort of left high and dry.
All right.
Because, the Supreme Court doesn't operate as per these norms, decided by these conservative clerics.
Right.
The Supreme Court is bound again by the Constitution of India,
True.
where the fundamental principle, gender justice and gender equality and non-discrimination on account of gender is a fundamental precept of the constitution. So these clerics, they should, they should really, not speak these kind of irresponsible things.
Right.
And it doesn't matter. They can keep saying this, but the court will
Yes,
not.
it doesn't matter because after all, the courts are interpreting the constitution there. Well said, Ms. Zakir Suman. Thank you very much for speaking with us. We'll take a listen into a few reactions that have come in on this. I'll go back to my colleague Madhav after that. Let's take a listen in.
किससे दस्तखत कराते हैं, कौन है जो जिससे दस्तखत करने वाले हैं, तो ये तो वही जाने। जितना फर्जीवाड़ा ये हमेशा करते रहे हैं, अभी भी फर्जीवाड़ा करेंगे, तो इसकी कोई बहुत ज्यादा अहमियत नहीं है। समाज की तरफ से अंदर से मांग आनी चाहिए और वो समाज ऐसे मामलों को स्वयं तय करें, हमारा ये मानना है।
No, this is done by a functional organization of the RSS. So how much credibility it will have, one knows. Problem is that, this is not a counter for the, the argument in the minority community. These are things, this can only aggravate the situation. Probably the reforms which should take place in a community is to come from within. And if anybody is creating such a campaign, if it is with good intention, it is okay. An RSS affiliate, an RSS functional organization doing a campaign in this, even before doing something, they started publicizing. So it is indirect provocation, and I do not think that it will have any desired result.
ट्रिपल तलाक एक बड़ा डिबेटेबल इशू है. Is that the state, the government is going to give importance to religious values, or it should have a human angle. It is a total debatable. और हम समझते हैं कि कोर्ट में ये मामला है और कोर्ट इन सब बातों को देखकर निर्णय करेगा और जो कोर्ट का निर्णय होगा सबके लिए बाध्य होगा.
महिलाओं का सशक्तिकरण हो, इससे तो कोई इनकार नहीं करता है, लेकिन इसको राजनीति का एजेंडा जब आप तय करते हैं तो देश के अंदर में समान शिक्षा प्रणाली पर बहस शुरू करिए ना. अगर शिक्षित सब महिलाएं हो जाएंगी तो ये ट्रिपल तलाक की समस्या खत्म हो जाएगी. और केंद्र सरकार संसद और विधानमंडल में इस मसौदे पर बहस क्यों नहीं कर रही है? बहस करना चाहिए, एजेंडा बनाना चाहिए. बहस का एजेंडा बनेगा पार्लियामेंट के असेंबली के अंदर में तो निश्चित रूप से उसके सार्थक परिणाम निकलेंगे. छद्म बार करके देश के अंदर में सियासत का एजेंडा तय कर रहे हैं.
Let's go across to Madhav once again. Madhav, several of those voices coming in from the opposition not convinced where at least his petition is concerned. The momentum has been growing, and as expected, the BJP leaders and the ministers saying that they will continue to work for the ban against triple talaq is concerned. Politically speaking also, this is an extremely sensitive issue. How do you think the other opponents will be able to come on board when the Supreme Court, in whichever way, does announce the verdict? How will the government really tackle this?
Well, one is, of course, what decision the government takes and what stand the government takes in terms of actually implementing it or bringing in necessary legal provisions for that. But the Supreme Court ultimately also decides on matters of law, and in terms of the existing provisions, as you're seeing Zakir Suman, they're very clearly saying that as far as the Constitution is concerned, it considers all citizens equally irrespective of gender, since this equality is something that is enshrined in the Constitution. Using religion or any other method of actually justifying, any kind of ill treatment or any kind of denial of a level playing field is not correct. So clearly, within the constitutional framework itself, what will the Supreme Court have to say as far as this particular matter is concerned? And also, of course, the argument that this is not something that is enshrined anywhere in the Quran. It is a practice that is not prevalent in several other Muslim countries. So why should it continue on in India? So there are several aspects to this. The court, in its own right, may go ahead and pass a judgment either for or against. All eyes are also really on what action the government takes on this. So that is really going to be something that's going to be interesting to watch out for. And also, of course, post this UP verdict, which has clearly, of course, empowered the government with a huge amount of public opinion backing it, what really will the government do from here on is going to be very important and very interesting to watch out for.
Indeed. Madhav, request you to stay with us. Some more news.